Holly, Michigan is easily one of the most, if not the most, overlooked areas to live in southeast Michigan. So stick around because I'm going to shed some light on why Holly should be on your list of potential places to live. Let's get to it. What's going on, everyone? Andrew McMahon. I'm here with Living in Michigan, a Michigan realtor helping people like you buy, sell, and invest in the amazing state of Michigan. So if there's ever anything you need, my contact information is in the description for your convenience. Have you ever just watched an older movie that takes place in a small town where everyone knows everyone and it's just like that go to your neighbor's house to get a cup of sugar vibe that seems non-existent these days, but you wish we could go back in that time?
Howdy, neighbor. Howdy, neighbor.
Well, before you start figuring out how to build a time machine, that lifestyle still exists in good old Holly, Michigan.
You built a time machine?
From knowing everyone by their first name and a diverse selection of things to do, to a prime location and a manageable cost of living, Holly is chock full of potential that a lot of people don't know about, so I'll break it down right here. Holly, Michigan is a little village located in the northern part of Oakland County, east of Fenton, south of Grand Blanc, and quite a few miles north of White Lake. This 3.124 square mile chunk of land has a population around 6,000 people. Holly Township, however, is just over 36 square miles with a population of around 12,000 people. Holly is one of those places that flew under my radar for a while until some of my family moved out that way, and I started to get a sense of the community, what they offered, and several of my clients have found it to be a place worth considering. This video is about a year overdue because I wanted to experience the city in full before I just threw together facts that I didn't have experience to back up. So with that being said, I want to start off with things to do. Holly has earned the reputation of being that place that is just in the middle of nowhere and lacks things to do, but I'll dish out all the amazing things this city has to offer, in my opinion, and you can make your own opinion on the matter. First and foremost, we have Holly Oaks ORV Park. My brothers and I signed up to ride our dirt bikes on their trails before they opened up to the public, and we were almost like a focus group invited to share our opinions about the trails before it was opened. It was definitely a good time on the dirt bikes, to say the least, since the closest and decent place to ride seems to be 1.5 to 2 hours away from southeast Michigan. So it was nice to have something so incredibly close. These trails are available to full-size 4x4s, ATVs and quads, side-by-sides, and dirt bikes. My brothers and I thought it was laid out a little better for the four-wheeled toys, and I believe that is the most popular vehicle type there, but nonetheless, we enjoyed it. Next, we have Mount Holly, a place for snowboarders and skiers of all different skill levels. Most people around here go to Mount Brighton or Alpine Valley and White Lake, but Mount Holly is a great option that is actually a little cheaper. It has a nice Bavarian lodge and is also located to the well-known Bottoms Up Food and Spirits, which has a volleyball court and tournaments throughout the warmer months. One of the biggest events that happens in Holly, Michigan is the Michigan Renaissance Festival, which happens every weekend from August 19th until October 1st, where there's pub crawls, whiskey tastings, happy hours, feasts that consist of a 6-course meal, and of course the 16th century environment filled with jousting, jesters, jugglers, acrobats, magicians, artisans, and all the fancy cosplay costumes you could imagine and more. Even if it's not your thing, it's something you should definitely put on your itinerary. Next on the list, we have the Holly Dickens Festival and Parade. It's the oldest and longest running Dickens Festival in the United States, which takes place during the end of November and into the middle of December. That brings you into that holiday spirit, as this a Christmas Carol theme welcomes thousands of people every single year and has become a family tradition to many. Moving forward, we have the Holly Recreation Area, which is over 8,000 acres of woodlands, open fields, and offer the outdoor activities everybody loves, such as hiking, biking, fishing, kayaking, camping, mountain biking, and of course, snowmobiling. This park has 3 lakes, 2 campgrounds and a boat launch, along with several other activities like disc golf, a playground, and hunting blinds that can be reserved. As you can probably conclude by all the information I'm dishing out to you, Holly is what I'd call an outdoorsy town. There's endless parks, trails, lakes, and other recreation activities that make this spot particularly appealing to those who love the outdoors and want to take advantage of the outdoor beauty this village has to offer. With this small rural town in mind, this downtown space isn't anything too fancy, but the history is what makes this spot an unforgettable destination. Holly offers something for everyone, whether it's shopping in the historic downtown district, Midtown Lake District, or even the north end of town, where there are boutiques, antiques, gift shops, dining options such as the Irish Pub, a renowned deli, or fine dining at the world-famous Holly Hotel. From Saginaw Street to Grange Hall Road, there's an abundance of things to do for all. And if the Holly Hotel sounded familiar, I talked about it in my popular series, Haunted Places in Michigan, so I will link part 3 in the description where I chatted about the history of this building and why you need to make a visit. The next aspect of this town I want to touch on is location. Holly is the definition of a sparse suburban feel, where you get the additional acreage, the space between houses, and you're outside of that everyday hustle and bustle that is fairly well known in Southeast Michigan. Holly's motto is literally up north in Oakland County. And it couldn't be any more true. It's that small town community living that so many people crave but don't know where to look to find it. As I mentioned, I have family that live in Holly, Michigan. I'm out there quite frequently, and their situation is definitely worth mentioning. My brother is one of those people who enjoys having acreage, privacy, and a place to ride his toys on his property, but at the same time, he's part of one of the big 3 automotive companies, which makes sense because engineers are passionate about their toys. Most people in this position would have given up this lifestyle to live as close as possible to their workplace, but he found a happy medium and was able to find a home near but far enough from I-75, an interstate that acts as the main vein to get people right into all the action of Southeast Michigan. You'd think he'd be driving hours and hours, but his commute is only about 30-35 minutes to get to where he needs to go. There aren't a lot of rural areas like this that offer such an amazing commute time where everything is. So that's why I wanted to make sure I mentioned this example of its prime location. With that being said, looking into the real estate side of things, granted the population isn't massive by any means, but as of recording this video, there are only 15 homes for sale in the village of Holly and Holly Township, ranging from $170,000 to $699,900. And before I jump into some housing statistics and figures, I want to show you the least expensive house for sale and the most expensive house for sale, just to give you a visual about how far you can stretch your dollar in an area like Holly. Taking a look at this $170,000 home located in Stonebridge of Holly, north of Grange Hall Road and east of North Holly Road, this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo was built in 2004 with just over 1,000 square feet and a 1-car attached garage. Taking a look at some of the images, this condo is definitely move-in ready. It's not outdated by any means. The floors are all types of shiny, and there's separate laundry area, which is a huge plus, as most condos and smaller homes had the laundry sitting right in the kitchen because that's the only spot they had space. This condo has a $240 a month association fee that covers snow removal and ground maintenance. Stepping on over to the $699,900 home, this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home that started being built in 2022 has about 2,500 square feet, a 5-car attached garage, and is situated on almost 20 acres. I'm not exactly sure why it isn't finished. Maybe the person ran out of money, or maybe they wanted to give people the freedom to make it their own. There's 1,000 pine trees and 20 apple trees already planted on the property. You can use the builder who started the home, or you can find your own to finish it. Taking a look at this chart provided by the MLS, it shows the entire MLS in blue, Holly Township in green, and Holly Village in yellow. This is the 3-year progression of the average sale price. As you can see, the blue line has some pretty steady progression, but Holly Township had a few large sales in the middle of 2021 through the middle of 2022, then it dropped back down. The average sale price in Holly Township is just over $302,000, which was a 1.4% decrease year over year, and Holly Village had a similar trajectory than the entire MLS with an average sale price of just over $226,000, which was a 11.1% increase year over year. So in an affordability standpoint, finding a home in the village of Holly would be a great opportunity for you, as it comes in over $60,000 less than the average. Before we part ways, I want to break down reviews from real residents who live and have lived in the area, ranging from excellent, very good, average, and poor, just to give you some well-rounded insight on what the thought process is here. Starting off with the excellent review, this resident said the city has done a good job blending the modernness in with the historical town. They enjoy the festivals and the community every event creates. It's a small town feel that is relaxed, safe, and loving. Moving over to the very good review, this resident likes the sweet little downtown atmosphere, all the planned activities to connect with the community. The shopping is plentiful, but there tends to be a lot of antique shops over anything else. But all in all, the town is clean and nicely decorated for all the holiday seasons. Stepping over to the average review, this nearby resident says they go to school in Holly and how the town is trendy, but other than that, it's boring and like every other little town. Last but not least, we have a poor review. This resident says people are nice and they recognize you out in public, but they'd like to see more stores out there so the commute to places like Meijer, Target, and Kroger don't burn so much gas. And they've noticed that a lot of places close around 9 p.m., so there isn't a lot of late night options. For those of you that live or have lived in the Holly area, what are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. And for those of you that never have been, what is your opinion as an outsider looking in? Drop those thoughts in the comments too. I hope this video provided you some value. If it did, please give it a big old thumbs up. Tap the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you never miss out on an upload. If there's ever anything you need, don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time.